heart of the city, where towering skyscrapers cast long shadows over crowded streets, there existed a forgotten alley. It was a narrow passage, hidden between two imposing buildings, stained with the grime of neglect and overlooked by the hurried masses. In this forgotten corner of urban chaos, a man named Samuel found solace. Or rather, survival. Samuel, a once vibrant soul now weathered by life's storms, had become a fixture in that forgotten alley. His weathered face, adorned with a scruffy beard, told tales of hardship and endurance. His eyes, however, betrayed a lingering glimmer of hope, a spark that refused to be extinguished by the harsh winds of misfortune. He had once been a man of means, a successful businessman with a family, a home, and dreams that reached for the stars. But life's capricious nature had dealt him a series of blows that left him destitute. The economic downturn had swept away his business. His marriage crumbled under the weight of financial strain, and he found himself discarded by society, a mere whisper in the bustling cacophony of the city. Each day, Samuel navigated the concrete jungle in search of sustenance and warmth. He scavenged for leftovers in dumpsters, clad in layers of tattered clothing that barely shielded him from the biting cold. His daily routine became a dance with survival, an unending struggle against the invisible chains of homelessness. Despite his circumstances, Samuel clung to the fragments of his dignity. He had fashioned a makeshift shelter from discarded cardboard boxes, creating a cocoon that shielded him from the elements. It was a humble abode, but within its confines, Samuel found moments of respite, a brief escape from the harsh realities that surrounded him. One fateful winter evening, as the city lights flickered to life, Samuel sat huddled in his cardboard sanctuary, nursing a cup of lukewarm soup he had acquired from a nearby soup kitchen. The warmth barely reached his bones, but it was enough to stave off the bitter chill of the night. As he sipped the broth, a distant melody reached his ears, a soulful tune emanating from the hands of a street musician. Intrigued, Samuel followed the melodic trail until he stumbled upon a young guitarist, his fingers dancing gracefully over the strings. The music wove through the cold air, filling the desolate alley with an unexpected warmth. Samuel, captivated by the beauty of the sound, approached the musician. The guitarist, a compassionate soul named Emma, noticed Samuel's weathered appearance but sensed the resilience in his eyes. Without a word, she invited him to sit beside her. Samuel hesitated, then sank onto the cold pavement, grateful for the unexpected companionship. As the music continued to flow, a silent understanding passed between them. The guitar spoke a language that transcended words, and Samuel, for a fleeting moment, forgot the harsh realities of his existence. In Emma's music, he found solace, a reminder of the beauty that persisted even in the darkest corners of life. The impromptu concert drew the attention of a few passers-by, and a small crowd gathered, their faces reflecting a spectrum of emotions. Some wore expressions of empathy, others of curiosity, and a few carried the indifference that often accompanies the rush of city life. Emma, undeterred by the audience, continued to play, her music becoming a bridge between the worlds of the homeless and the housed. As the last notes of the guitar resonated through the alley, Emma turned to Samuel and smiled. In that moment, an unspoken connection formed between them, an understanding that surpassed societal boundaries. She handed him her guitar, silently urging him to try. With hesitant fingers, Samuel plucked at the strings, his touch tentative at first but growing more assured with each note. The impromptu performance marked a turning point for Samuel. In the following days, fueled by a newfound sense of purpose, he spent hours practicing on the borrowed guitar. The alley transformed into a makeshift stage, and the invisible audience of the city became witnesses to an unexpected metamorphosis. Word of Samuel's musical talents spread, reaching the ears of those who had once overlooked the homeless man in the alley. Soon, local cafes and community centers extended invitations for him to perform. Samuel, initially hesitant, stepped out of the shadows and onto a different kind of stage. One that offered a glimpse of redemption. As Samuel's story circulated, it ignited conversations about homelessness and the fragility of human fortunes. The city, stirred by the tale of a man who refused to be defined by his circumstances, rallied behind him. Emma, his musical benefactor, became a guiding light, using her influence to secure opportunities for Samuel to share his talent with a wider audience. The once forgotten alley transformed into a symbol of resilience, a testament to the transformative power of art and human connection. Samuel's journey from the cold pavement to the spotlight became a narrative that resonated with the collective consciousness of the city. People began to see the homeless not as faceless statistics, but as individuals with stories and untapped potential. Samuel's performances, now accompanied by Emma's soulful melodies, became a source of inspiration for those who had lost their way. The alley, once a refuge for one man's survival, blossomed into a haven of hope for the entire community. The city, with all its complexities, learned a valuable lesson about the overlooked treasures hidden in the most unlikely places. In the end, Samuel's journey was a testament to the indomitable spirit that resides within each human being, waiting to be awakened by a gentle touch, a kind word, or the transformative power of music. The alley, once forgotten, now stood as a reminder that in the midst of the urban jungle, where people often get lost in the crowd, there are stories waiting to be heard and lives yearning to be seen.